Did you ever expect such a thing when it comes to grant money? Well, let's start with the backstory, shall we? So this investigation started with a tip. And like always, we didn't just assume anything was true or false. We had to try and find out ourselves, right? So we did the only responsible thing. We started pulling records. Now, those of you who've been here with me for this whole time, you know that I am not a public records request person. I'm just not. I got scared off of them a long time ago. Every time I would try to send in a public records request for something, I would get back nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing. And they didn't come right out and say, we have nothing and we're not giving it to you. They don't come right out and say that, but they basically come out. They do come out and say, we have nothing. None. I'm going to show you the documents here in a minute. And so I got scared off of them and I thought, well, they're not going to give me anything. I'm wasting my time. And trust me, when you start filling out public records requests and emailing them in and just doing all of the work, because you have to know what you're requesting, right? You got to dig in and research and see what you're trying to find, what documents you need to prove what, and who do you send that to, right? How do you check what our local government is even doing? And then when you do send in these public records requests and you ask them for clarification or any kind of documentation, and then they don't want to give it to you. But yet they say, oh, well, put in a public records request. That's where you're going to get your answers. Yeah, really? No. Okay. Well, the question was simple with this. Was grant money approved for a project tied to the Jenkins Amphitheater? Period. And period. Full stop. Okay? And if so, was it ever actually paid? Okay? That's my question. Did the amphitheater here in Jenkins ever get any money? Any kind of grants? Any kind of grant money? Well, the documents. So let me pull up this one. Oh, that one I don't think. Now I've got them all up. All right, so let's look at this first one. So here's the recreational trails application checklist. The applicant, City of Jenkins. The project is the Jenkins Trail Development. Okay, so there's their application. They've got their environmental assessment that was done. They've got their location map, a detailed budget, a site plan, a resolution, construction assurances 424D, civil rights 504, drug-free workplace. Public meeting, advertisement, minutes, concurrences, letters of support, and consent by landowner, if applicable. Okay. Now, here is the project selection criteria. Let's see. Do we want to go over here? Let's go over here first. Okay, so I put in a public records request a couple weeks ago. And I put in, I think there were 5 emails that I sent in. And I sent them all to the City of Jenkins and I CC'd on those requests the Department of Local Government, the DLG. I CC'd them to request any documents that was and I did that for two reasons. I did that, number one, to document. So now the city of Jenkins can't say, oh, well, we never received that email. We never received those requests. So now it's documented. It didn't just go to Jenkins. It also went to the DLG. Okay. Now, I received the first email response from Mr. Calvin Tackett, who is the city of Jenkins attorney at law. Dear Miss Jones, then I sent in, okay, so he sent me an email. Let me go over here, and they sent me a response to the first one that I sent in. And it says, Dear Mr. Tackett and City Clerk. Here, we might as well just make sure that we show it all. We want to be transparent, don't we, Mommy?
Yeah.
Here,
she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
There we
she'll
go.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes.
Okay. Thank you. I love hearing you sing. All right. So here's the email. And it comes from Catherine Della, who I guess is his secretary, Della Y. Johnson. And she says, Ms. Jones, please find attached a response to your open records request. And so here's the response that I got from the first one that I sent in. Okay. As attorney for the city of Jenkins, I have been tasked with responding to your open records request tendered to the city. Please note the city's response herein stated. Response to the open records requests of Elizabeth Jones as of January 19th, 2026. First set. Number 1, all bank signature cards, account authorization forms, and debit card issuance records for any bank account used to hold or manage grant funds related to the Little Shepherd Amphitheater from January 1st, 2018 to the present. And he says, we have none. We have none. So there's no bank records. There's no bank account that this grant money was put in. Okay, none. Number 2, all monthly bank statements for any account used to hold or manage grant funds related to the Little Shepherd Amphitheater from January 1st, 2018 to the present. He says they have none. None. See, in here, let me go. There we go. None. Can you see that?
Yeah.
None. None. Let's go back up top. Here we go. Calvin R. Tackett, attorney at law. Let's let everybody see who we're talking about. This is the city of Jenkins attorney who is putting on their letterhead, their office letterhead, stating that as attorney for the city of Jenkins, I have been tasked with responding to your request tendered to the city. So that means that that he's the one saying this, right? He's an attorney, he's a lawyer, but that don't mean that he's a cop, okay? That don't mean he's no prosecutor. And he can't prosecute me and throw me in jail because I'm asking some questions that our tax money is being spent on. So what is the deal here? Do you just take the grant money that you ask for and that you apply for, and then you hide any records regarding that grant? Is that what we're playing here?